All right, Sir John, good afternoon. Welcome back to
I'm Darryl.
San Jose. Again?
I'm Darryl.
Oh, okay.
Not John.
Sir Darryl, okay. Sir Darryl, what brought you to the Philippines?
So I came here to do the bioethics training at the university because I think that everyone should be trained in thinking about difficult decisions and how we can use different ethical principles to think about the resolution of these principles of bioethics, for example, medical ethics dilemmas, the use of the environment, use of science and technology. And so through getting people of different disciplines together, we can consider what is the right choice for us to make.
What discipline should one have before he can go into being good in bioethics or maybe in the ethics review board in relation vis-a-vis ethical research work?
So the discipline is to be able to make rational decisions, able to think for yourself, and able to listen to other people. So the discipline is really to be a good student of life. Any academic discipline can prepare one for bioethics. We have people from every field, whether they be natural science, social science, philosophy, law, medicine, environment, journalism, every area is fine.
Okay, just for the viewers to be oriented, why is there a need for ethics review board? Why is there a need for research ethics to be observed?
So research ethics review is to try to bring together the wisdom of a group of people to consider difficult questions that one person may not have the appropriate answer to, and because often the research involves vulnerable people in the community, we have to consider they may have different views to those of the researcher or the person of power, and therefore to give that person's representation and to allow only choices which are within a certain range of moral limits. The ethics committee might look at the research protocol and consider this will be reasonable to ask somebody, whereas something else could put a person at risk. Also to protect the privacy of individuals, so that their personal information is not divulged to other people that could become a cause of discrimination against them, or eventually to stigmatization of a group or a group of people.
So it's about humans, about animals, and even does that also deal with, or does ethics review board have something to do with the plants as well?
Well, usually ethics review boards we can consider for human subjects research, but any beings that are vulnerable. So for example, animals that are sentient, especially we consider in animal ethics research bodies. Endangered species, endangered plants or animals, we often see a value of biodiversity, so we want to protect them, and sometimes they also are limited by a type of ethics committee review.
Okay. In your experience yesterday, talking with the participants, even the past day or the other day, how was it? How was your talk with them?
So I found the participants here in the university very interesting, able to think for themselves, able to try to apply this new knowledge to their own existing challenges of research governance. And there's quite a wide range of activities in the university, so the examples need to be applied to the context of what research or activity is actually being used in each department, and it can be. And so participants were able to do this, and they were quite enthusiastic.
Okay. What are the things that people should have here yet? Because I was told yesterday there are actually concerns that you also raised, that they also realize that these facilities must be in place for us to really function and observe ethical research practices. What remains to be done on the part of this university and even other participants in their own locale?
Well, now that we're aware that research ethics committees can help to develop the programs,
Yeah.
then it means we can try to establish structures to better protect. Of course, some of the research is already occurring. There might be some recollection of something which was not so ethical or maybe doubtful.
How can that be helped or remedied?
Well, mostly you have to consider for the future research that still on the storage of data, identifying information might be coded or removed. If some samples were obtained that should not have really been obtained, it's like human tissue samples were taken without consent. Sometimes we destroy the samples. Sometimes we return remains to indigenous groups that were taken without the consent. And we also may try and find the authors of knowledge if they use those knowledge systems.
You know, when you
Respect.
all right, thank you. When you arrived, when we first met, I actually asked that question of what qualities should researchers have?
Yeah. They should be able to listen. They should be able to consider the viewpoint of people from a different perspective. And I
Okay.
think that's the most critical aspect.
Oh, what was the most important quality that they must possess?
They must possess persistence to find out knowledge which will develop the research while being able to express their love of the fellow citizen or the vulnerable, not to misuse or abuse that power that they've been given as a researcher, and to work for the good of everybody.
So humility can still be there, or I like the way you responded. from the last
Humility
time.
and dedication, able to listen to people and understand people and understand the different perspectives, but also a persistence to be able to find what's good and find an ethical means to gather that information and to work with people, to work with communities.
Are you open to be a consultant of the university, of this university, San Jose-Recoletos?
Yes, I'm in fact already in a sense like that. So yes, I'm happy to work together.
Thank you so much.
I'm being very pleased with the university.
We're also very pleased to have you now. So with that, I'd like to thank you. And maybe later on, if I have additional questions, please expect me to just, be around.
Yep. It would be my great pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.